Okay, so welcome Kalpana, welcome Amita. I am so happy that we have reached week 4. We have come a really, really long way. And now that you have so many tools in your hand, and I'm sure that you people are really, really enjoying. I mean, could you just briefly explain that, how things have been for you? And do you feel any changes? Do you see any breakthroughs? And now that you have also outcomes in your hand, how excited are you to complete your outcomes, and how your baselines and your e-codes are working for you? So I would just just in brief, just both of you tell me that how things are moving for you, beginning with Kalpana.
Hi Arpita, I'm really
Hi
happy
Kalpana.
that I made this decision
Mhm.
to take this coaching session from you because these are small little things which gave you so much of clarity, to go
Mm.
ahead, to move ahead. Small
Right.
example was last time what we did was power leaps.
Yes.
Um small decisions. Okay, I have decided I have a deadline and I have to do it. So it's like, there is a task, there are ways, and you just have to, now you're on that, you have that, just do it, just do
Right.
it. Everything is set, the whole plan is set, and we just have to go through it. So
Yes.
that gives a lot of clarity. And if this one thing can, one decision can take me to the result, I can really, looking forward to, putting take one part of your life and putting in power leaps and having a plan and going ahead with that. It gives me a lot of confidence. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kalpana. It's such a great honor working with you. And I'm so happy that this process could give you what you've been looking for. And yes, as you rightly said, that, outcomes, when we have a bigger outcomes, it is kind of overwhelming for us. And we start, having doubts. Power leaps and having the e-codes correctly said, and all the power leaps are made in alignment with the baselines, things become really easier. It is not as tough as we always believe. So what do you have to say, Amita, on this? How is things turning up for you?
For me also, I would say it gives me a lot of clarity. And before clarity, it gives me a lot of, I think, heightened awareness is what I would say. I've become far more observant
Right.
about my own behavior
Mm-hmm.
and about people behaving around me. So therefore,
Mm-hmm.
my environment is also getting a little clean. So the environment also is getting impacted because of that. A lot of things now when I look back on hindsight, I can laugh at those things, those foolish things that I did, especially with my spouse. And I say that, oh God, I was so childlike behavior. Now I can laugh about it, but that wasn't the case a couple of weeks
Mm-hmm.
back. I used to get not angry, or to get infuriated
Mm-hmm.
with certain behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
Now it doesn't seem to bother me so much. I'm far more,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm also in control of my own behavior. I'm very conscious about the states, and I'm really enjoying that. I think for me, so far, that's
Amazing.
the best
This
part
is
of
what
it.
we need. I
That's
think
the
this is
best
what
part.
exactly we need. We need clarity in what we want to achieve, and we just want to have fun while doing it. Work should not be taxing, it should be more fun. Wonderful. And moving forward, I'm going to, today literally, unleash you. So this is the step. We have 5 steps, and out of which we have covered 3 steps, and this is the 4th step, which is called unleashing you. It's like literally, breaking all the shackles, and we make sure that you achieve what you want to achieve. Because there are at times, there are when we want to achieve our outcomes, there are certain obstructions in our ways, right? So in this week, we are going to find out one of the biggest thing that people suffer. I don't know if you both also suffer, because I usually used to have a lot of issues when I had to make certain decisions in certain situations. So how do you both feel that how easy or how difficult is for you both, to take decisions at a given point of time, and how does it impact?
For me, decision making has not been easy,
Okay.
because given my upbringing, I was the youngest in the family. I was a kid. My sister's 10 years older to me, brother is 11 years older to me. I had a cousin who was staying, who was 18 years older to me. I was the
Oh.
youngest in the family.
Mm-hmm.
So I was So everybody doted on me, and everybody thought I will remain a kid for the rest of my life, and therefore I never would.
Okay.
So over pampered, they would want to do everything for me, and so all decisions that I had to do, even what kind of an outfit I have to wear, was also decided by my family.
Oh my God, that
So
is too
so
much.
that did not equip me with the right ability
Right.
to make decision on my own. But then in the
Mhm.
latter part of my year, I faced a lot of challenges because I became so dependent on others to make my decisions, especially on my brother.
Correct.
So that's when I realized that it's not even simplest of decisions. I always looking for validation. So that
Okay.
has been a
Okay.
challenge for me. Over the years, I have become better, but I think there's still scope for a lot of improvement.
Don't worry, Amita. I'm going to give you like Ma Durga ke 10 astra. I'm going to give you. Okay. I don't have 10, but I've got 9. Yes. I will give you 9 astras, which will help making decisions so easy for it's going to be easy busy for you now. Kalpana, how about you? How easy for you is to take decisions or not make decisions?
I always like to have a plan B. When I make a decision, I always want to have something to fall back on. So what if it doesn't work? I want to be prepared. So
That's okay.
yeah, so that gives me a lot of confidence.
Mhm.
I'll give my 100% to plan A, but if that doesn't work, I always have a plan B. So, it's not like I'm making choice hard and fast and not flexible. I like to be flexible. I like to, fall back. Okay, if this doesn't work out, I always have another choice. So that has always been my way to make important decisions. But, it doesn't always work like that.
Mhm. So when you said that you always have a plan B, so how easy is it for you to, take the decision to execute a plan A? Is it difficult or is it easy?
It's easy. It's easy because I
Okay.
said I always have a plan B. If plan A doesn't work out, and I'm clear that if I definitely want to give 100% to plan A, but if at all, God forbidden, if that doesn't work, I always have a plan B.
Good. So I understood. So now, the tool I'm going to give you, it's going to really help you even better, taking a better decision so that you don't, it might or it might not, help you. I mean, it might give you more clarity that whatever decision you are taking is, in a, it works for you, right? Because, for me, I have always believed in one thing that, in the moment of decision, your destiny is made. It's a very, 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 what do you call, a very famous quote by Anthony Robbins that in the moment of decision your destiny is made. So decision making is that important. Okay, so now I'm going to broadcast you a tool. It is called a decision making wheel. Okay, and this wheel will really help you uh, getting the decision absolutely which is satisfying and which is uh, the decision you want. It's a tool which gives you a very confident decision. Now how this tool works, that I'm going to broadcast this tool to you, and you will open the decision making tool, and there you will write your real problem. Okay, and when your problem is stated, there are 9, it's like a wheel of life, so there are 9 questions there which you have to fill. Okay, so once the problem you have stated, go through each section around the wheel and answer the question. Okay, so finish it and come back, and we'll discuss that what decision have you made and how it worked for you.
Okay,
So
so we
I'm
will take
assuming-
one of our actual decision. Sorry,
Yes,
actual
you have
problem.
to. Yes, yeah. So in the decision wheel, in the center, you have to state your real problem. Okay,
Mhm.
and around it, there are like 9 questions, like what is the problem, what are the choices you have, what do you think the consequence of these choices will be for you and the others who are involved. So like these, there are 9 questions. So you fill those questions, and when you complete it, when you enter it, so the decision which is right will appear for you. So clear so far?
What if I'm toggling between two decisions and I don't know which is the right one? So how should I take it?
So, so what are the choices you have and what will be the consequences of each of the choices? So that is this, what do you think the consequence of these choices? So when you analyze the consequences of the choices, you will be able to, find out that, and also which of the choices, your baselines are being met. So that is how you will be able to understand, whether the choice A is right for you or whether the choice B is right for you. Okay. So I am
Got it.
assuming, got it. So let's meet after you have done the exercise, the activity. Okay. So Kalpana and Amita, you've been able to do the activity. I think it was a
Yes.
fun activity.
Yes.
I loved it when I did, So, okay. So I will start with you, Amita. So now tell me, what was the real problem that you chose?
For me, the real problem was my decision about starting my own business
Okay.
or going back to a full-time job. So
Okay.
definitely there is a confusion. When I look at the lucrative salary and package, I feel like, oh, I should go back.
Okay.
Vis-a-vis, going through this whole rigmarole of starting my own business and talking to clients and all of that is what my challenge is.
Okay. So you've already come your problem already comes to the second question, like what are the choices you have? So as rightly mentioned that you have to make a choice between starting a business and you have to make a choice going back to your job. Okay. So what do you think the consequences of these choices will be for you and others who are involved?
The choices, I would say, that's the whole challenge about it. If I don't go back to a full-time job, which is a far more comfortable space to be in, because I know I've been there, 22 years of experience. I've been doing that, so I know it's going to be a cakewalk for me.
Mhm.
But whereas business experience, I don't have any.
Okay, so what we can do is, like, Amita, how about taking both the choices and and considering them as one single problem, like, if I choose business, if that is one choice, and you can do all the questions like, so what baselines do you need to consider if you are choosing job? What baselines do you need to consider if you're choosing business? How do you feel about the situation when you're choosing job? And how do you feel about the situation when you're choosing your career? Is there anything else you need to learn about it? So you can take both your choices and you can work out the questions, single, like individually to both the choices, and then see that which suits more for you,
Okay.
right?
So you mean to say I split this as two different problems?
As two different problems. Like, my problem is, will it be fruitful for me to go back to my job? Or that is one problem. Okay, because you want to make decision, so you can go through the 9 questions and see whether you're making the right decision by going back to the job. And again, you take a separate topic, which is, how would it be if I take
Got it.
business as one of my career, and you go through it. What choices do you have in your business? What do you think your consequences are going to be? What baselines do you need to consider? How do you feel about the situation? Is there anything you need to learn about business? Do you need to ask for help? And who will you ask for? So you can individually do the 9 questions for each thing, and then you can come for a cumulative analysis in your hand, and then I think the decision would be easier for you to, because you are evaluating your baseline, your consequences, your health, your everything on for both the parameters, and then it becomes easier for you to take decision. I mean, does it help?
Yeah, it does. And maybe out of the two, then I'll be able to make the right decision. For
Yes.
business, I'm looking more of only the challenges are coming to my mind. However, the benefit is that it is very closely aligned to my baseline. Whereas the job, there may not be many challenges, but my baseline is not aligned to it.
Right. So how do you
This baseline of freedom is not aligned to it.
So now the question is, since you know what is the importance of the baseline, so what do you think you should do if you have to choose your baselines? Because we know how important these baselines are for us. And
Yeah. I know. See, when I look at my career, in the wheel of life, I feel that my career is not progressing because it's going to be a slow growth.
mhm.
My business, my coaching practice. and
Right.
I cannot expect immediate financial gains out of it.
Mhm.
Whereas we all know that money, everybody requires money immediately. So is my case. So therefore, that's a bit of a lacuna that I'm facing. Whether should I do this or whether should I do that? I know if I go back to a job, I'll get money immediately. In 30 days, I'll have my salary coming in, and temporarily it will make me very happy, and
Mhm.
my financial problems will disappear. However,
Mhm.
internally, deep down, I may not be happy, and I'll always
So,
keep yearning that I want to do something on my own. I want to do something on my own.
so do you remember the movie we watched, Three Idiots?
Yeah.
And you remember the last scene where we have Chatur uh, coming for a signature and we have got Funsuk Wangru. So what do you think about that? I mean, there was a very important line which was said by Amir Khan, Baba Ranchod Das, that what is, if you remember that movie, because that's a very it's a very motivating movies, because a lot of things has been said about choosing
Yeah.
career and choosing passion. So do you remember the essence of the movie, that if
Yeah,
you could
this
just
is
go back and
Kabil Bano and क्या
कामयाबी
छक मार के आई कामयाबी
yeah.
my husband is prompting
So
me again.
so does it so
कामयाबी
does it
छक
feel
मार के आई.
so does it feel relatable to you?
Yeah, it is. It does. No, I understand all of that. It's 100% relatable to me, and I want to be in that space.
Mm-hmm.
But the flip side also is there, and I'm still trying to weigh the pros and cons.
Mm-hmm. So what will happen if money comes little later in your life?
There will be a little bit of a challenge. And my dependency on others is high at this point in time.
Mhm.
But yeah, there will
Okay,
be
we will
there will be
definitely.
challenges.
Mhm.
There will be challenges.
Fine. We don't have to worry about it. I want you to go through these questions again, and that is what we have learned, that the most important thing we need to understand is whether we are aligned with the baselines or not, and we need to again go back and work with the e-codes also, which we are seeing coming up, and we will move forward with more activities in the next week, and we will again address this issue, Amita. And till then, stay with it, work with these 9 questions and see what comes up for you. And please remember the Three Idiots wala incidents. I think that is really motivating, and that really gives you a lot of answers. Okay, Kalpana and Amita, both of you take care, and we will meet next week.
Sure. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.